Hi. Okay, wait, I'm gonna just lower the volume of the music. My chat box. Why is it not showing up still? Please, I beg, show up. I'm just gonna say at this point, I don't think I can save the chat box. No matter what I do, it's not showing up. Why? Why you no show up? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna try and see if it works just one more time. Yeah, it's definitely not showing up. This is so sad. Oh well. We'll figure it out. The scuff is real. Yeah, I tested it out. I even switched softwares for this. The disappointment is real. Hi. The disappointment is real. Oh no, wait, it's showing up. Oh my god. It's showing up. I can see it now. Oh my god. Wait, I can see it. Why can't... Can you guys see it? Yes! Yes! Oh my god, this is amazing. I'm so happy. I really thought it wasn't gonna show, but now it's showing. Yay! Isn't that fantastic? Progress, it's real. Woohoo! I'm so happy. Oh wait, I wasn't recording my stream. Okay, wait. That's not fun. Okay, well, it's now recording. It doesn't matter. But okay. Oh my god, I'm so happy the chat box is finally showing up. Phew. That gives me so much happiness right now. Yay! Big win for Mew. Okay. So how was everybody's morning? Because I woke up so naturally. Like, I slept at I think 12:30 yesterday, and then woke up at exactly 7 o'clock in the morning, which was amazing. But I was just like, why am I awake? Because, oh my god. Because, like, you know, everyone should love sleep more, and sleep more, generally. But, yeah. I'm still luxuriating in the feel of the chat box finally showing up. My heart feels so full. I'm never going back to normal OBS. Yeah. Oh wait, why is it only it should be showing live chat. Wonder why it's showing top chat instead of live chat. Okay. I'm so happy. Okay, but okay, I don't know who's awake like late at night and who it's morning, but how is your morning for me and how's your day going? What are you guys up to? Because all I've been doing after waking up, I spent like an extra 45 minutes in bed because I had the time to, and then I got up and walked to my room because I was sleeping in a different room yesterday night. Walked to my room, turned on the PC, and I was like, well, I gotta check everything before I can stream. And I don't know why every single time I like sit down to stream, I'm already there at least an hour and a half before I'm supposed to be streaming, and then I just sit there for an hour thinking, what am I supposed to be doing while I wait for like time to like pass. And so today I played like one round of Valo, which was fine. I tanked really hard. Like, no, I did so badly. And you guys are gonna know tomorrow when you see me when you see me play Valo. Which, fair warning, I become a little bit toxic. Just a little bit, not a lot, but like enough where it shows. So, yeah. Interesting game, Valorant. Very interesting game. I just sometimes feel uncomfortable with the fact that there's so many like super toxic people on there who are just gonna curse at you for like doing badly, which is sad. Which is, I'm like, why are you being so mean? You know, you could be nice. We're all like, you know, we all start somewhere, but then they're all just like screamy and shouty and angry. But it's okay, cause it's still pretty nice. You know? It's nice if you want human interaction. Like, you get to like play with actual people instead of playing by yourself, which I think is quite fun. So, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but this morning I drank a whole 300 ml of soda to wake myself up. So I feel like I shouldn't be proud of myself because of that. Like, come on, like, who wakes up in the morning and decides to drink like Coke? But I do it because I don't drink coffee, and I gotta get my caffeine from somewhere, you know. It's just, it is what it is. Wow, I'm still so happy about chat showing up. Yay! I'm glad I decided to switch softwares. I could not figure out OBS Studio for the life of me, and I tried so hard, and it just wouldn't happen. So I was like, okay, I give up at this point. Like, I cannot. Oh my god, you don't drink coffee either? Fantastic, fantastic. Don't drink coffee. Yeah, my stomach gets upset too. And I get like this wild headache that makes me feel like I was like on, like I got a migraine, but the migraine is on drugs, you know? Real bad shit. So don't drink coffee. Don't get your stomach upset. Unless, you know, that's what you want. Oh my god. I don't know why OBS hates me, but I'm okay with using Streamlabs until I can figure out OBS, because I know a lot of people are like OBS is better than Streamlabs, which is like, as long as you can figure out how to make it work for you, I'm sure whatever works. But damn, am I like resistant to using OBS now. I feel like I have like literal trauma from trying to figure out how exactly chat is gonna show up. Like I downloaded like not seven, but like 3 or 4 applications that were promising to make chat show up, and I was just like, why is chat not showing up, you know? Like, I did what you told me to. Make it show up. But it was fine because it was like really easy, really nice, really fun. I was really happy. Streaming is fun. That's what I realized. But like, it's a lot of work, obviously. Like, it's not just fun, it's a lot of work behind the scenes, but like, this is fun. Woohoo. Anyways, are you guys enjoying the music in the background? It's like chill vibes, because that's what today is, chill. Also, from yesterday's little electricity scare, which I should talk about. So what happened was, for some reason, the whole building's electricity just went poof. And so the lift stopped working and all the lights were off and like everything was basically just turned down. And I was like, why did the electricity suddenly go? And it came back like 10 minutes later. But by that point, I was like, there's no point coming back to stream for like one level, because it's already like, you know, like it's been 10 minutes since it's been like, you know, the electricity went out. It's gonna take me another like 5 minutes to set up. So I was just like, okay, we're gonna end here for today. Cannot. But yeah, it was really nice yesterday as well. We had so much fun playing Sayonara Wild Hearts, which I guess I should like complete in a different stream, maybe next week or the week after. But yeah, it's gonna be soon, because I really enjoyed playing that game, even though I kept dying. But hey, it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. It was still fun. And we gave all like funny, cute nicknames to all the characters that were showing up, which was really also fun. Fun. Yeah. I enjoy the fact that this is actually fun, because I know a lot of people who like start streaming and then they think it's not fun, and so they're like, oh, this sucks. But I'm really enjoying it up until now, you know? It's been really, really fun. Plus it feels like hanging out with friends, which I think helps it make more fun for me. Not for anyone else, but just me. Today morning has been a little bit wild. Only in the sense of I still can't get over how I woke up. I literally woke up in true princess fashion. Like, woke up with like feeling so great, which is okay. Like, it's normal for me to wake up with like a smile on my face. I'm not a morning person in any situation, but I don't like to wake up with like a angry face, if that makes any sense, because I feel like that sets a tone for the rest of your day. And so I woke up and I was like so happy and like so peaceful. It was so quiet. Also, since I wasn't sleeping in my room, I was able to use the aircon. My room doesn't have an aircon right now because the aircon that was there broke, basically. We're gonna get a new one, hopefully. Soon. Hopefully. I have no idea when it's gonna happen. But hopefully, fingers crossed, it's gonna happen, or I'm gonna literally melt all through summer. And it's already summer here, okay? It's like so hot. My room is so warm, and I'm always covered in sweat in my own room. It's disgusting, but it is what it is. And I honestly don't mind it that much, because I'm also waiting for new curtains to be put up, so that will probably pull down the temperature by a lot, because I have 2 giant windows in my room, so that makes the temperature go up even more. Which makes sense, you know. Damn, sunlight, you know, sunlight messing up my vibes. I had to go downstairs 2 days ago, and I have really sensitive eyes. Like, I'm very light sensitive, so I literally cannot see in the light, like strong light. So I went downstairs forgetting to wear my photochromatic glasses so that the light wouldn't hurt my eyes, and I just instantly went downstairs and it was so bright, and I got basically blinded, and I was just like, yeah, should have known. How could you forget, Mew? How could you forget about wearing your outside glasses? I really need to get my inside glasses made into outside glasses so I can wear them inside and outside. But I'm procrastinating on that, because I don't want to go like an hour away to the shop that we usually go to get them fixed. And I'm waiting for my mom to like be like, okay, I'm going there and you can give your glasses to me today. Like, jeez. Wow. I can just keep talking. This is never gonna end, by the way. This stream is gonna go on forever. I'm gonna talk for the rest of my own life. It's gonna go on forever. Okay, yeah. What were we supposed to talk about today? Oh yeah, books and music and life. Well, that's chill stuff. So we can just keep talking about whatever we feel like. Oh yeah, I've been reading this book recently, and it's called Rebirth of... Wait, I'm gonna read out the name because it's a really weird name. I don't like the name. The book is fine. Rebirth of a Genius, Creator / Destroyer. Like, they literally have a slash in the title, which like kind of makes me confused a little bit, you know? Oh my god, wait. Why was there an ad suddenly? Where was it playing? What? Oh my god, that was funny. Okay, yeah, but it's basically this book about this guy. I will repeat the title because it's a pretty funny title, if I say so myself. Rebirth of a Genius, Creator / Destroyer. And it's just a book about this guy who, like, in his original world was like some like crazy genius who could like you know, make music and like do all of these like fancy, you know, like a biologist, astrologist, all of everything basically you can think of. And so in his original world, he was known as this like the creator, you know, like the absolute genius of existence. I don't know how else to say it, frankly. And then he dies because there's a bunch of people who come to kill him, and then he like dies and takes them down with him, and he gets transmigrated to a different universe where there's like magic and stuff. It's like, you know, pretty standard transmigration story, like at least in the beginning, and then it just completely switches, flips a switch, and then it becomes like, oh, the gods chose like a bunch of people to play a game like, you know, like to entertain the gods. And I was just like, what? First of all, like, why did it go from, oh, transmigration to, oh, it's a game of the gods? Like, I was so confused for a good half a day. I was just like, huh? What? Anyways, it's still updating, but it's an okay book. It's not bad, but it's not by any means super great, amazing. It's good to pass the time if you want to read it. It really just is a good way to pass time. I was reading that book in between other books. I was like waiting for other books to get updated, and I was like, I want to read something new so I can feel like, you know, fresh and new. Like the feeling of, oh, something's new, like, you know, something new is happening. And then I started reading this, and it's like very long, by the way. It's not even completed, but it's huge. It's long, and it's probably not even halfway through done, which says a lot about it being a book. because it already has like, I think, how many chapters? Wait, I think over 1,000 for sure. But let me like confirm that. 1,817 chapters up until now. I'm like about 80% sure that it's not even halfway through done. So I don't know what to think other than it's gonna be really long, and I don't even know why I'm following it at this point, because I'm like, do I really want to read this? But the other book I really like right now is Cultivation Chat Group. Oh my god, that book is literally hilarious. Like every single, okay, the beginning is a little bit slow, but the jokes, the gags are so good, and they're so well written and translated. Like, oh my god, I'm literally in love with the tone of the book, which is like all the gags are well placed. If I read out, like, okay, let me just read out the first chapter, because why not, you know? But it's a really nice book. It's very fun. Like the beginning is kind of is slow for sure. Like the first 10-15 chapters are kind of slow, and you're probably not gonna get into it by the first 10-15 chapters. But if you keep reading, you're actually gonna have a lot of fun, because like it's like pure comedy. Like the whole book, like I don't think any of the other plot points, like, yeah, there's a lot of plot points, and you can definitely enjoy yourself with all the intellectual stuff happening, but like even without that, it's such a funny book. Because like, let me read it out. So chapter 1, Mount Yellow's True Monarch and 9 Provinces Group. So 20th May 2019, Monday, at the end of spring and summer's arrival. This season, the temperature difference between the Jiangnan region's day and night was huge. During the day, even if one was wearing shorts, he could heat up like a hot dog. Yet during the night, he had to curl up on his bed, freezing like a cold bird. Jiangnan University City. 2:30 p.m. in the afternoon was exactly the time students started classes. Yet Song Shu Hang stayed in his dormitory alone, his computer desk pulled to his bedside, making it convenient for him to watch movies in any posture. Song Shu Hang did not have the habit of skipping classes. For the earlier half of last night, the weather was hot and stuffy. So in his dreams, he executed a move called Twin Dragon emerging from the seas and knocked over his blanket. During the latter half of the night, the air temperature dramatically decreased. With only a pair of shorts on his body, Song Shu Hang was forced into bitter hardship. Okay, I just stumbled like so much, but okay. Song Shu Hang was forced into bitter hardship. While slumbering away, both his hands strenuously groped the bed, seeking all over, yet he couldn't find the blanket. In the end, he could only curl up like a mantis shrimp, shivering in the tyrannical cold of midnight. When the sun rose, Song Shu Hang had already become a member of the great seasonal catching cold army. His roommate had already helped him apply for time off for today's classes. I'm reading very fast, but the pace of the book, at least in the beginning, is quite slow. Actually, the whole pace of the book is quite slow, but I really like it because of all the jokes and the gags. And okay, I did not even finish the first chapter, but I'm gonna take like a small break from reading it out to tell you guys about like why I like this book so much. Okay, so I like books that when they claim to do something and do it well, and it's enjoyable to read them doing it well. And this book is just all like one after the other, a lot of characters. Like, you're not gonna remember half of their names, obviously, but it's a really funny book because of the fact that it's literally like there, you know, it's gonna be kind of comedic, and you know, like there's always gonna be a comedic undertone, but the fact that they do it so well, like every single gag is almost really well thought out, and it's placed like when it's like talked about, when the gags like show up and you're like, yeah, this is good, like they know what they're doing, you know, like you see the gag and you're like, yeah, this is funny. Because like there's like the same, because I don't want to give out spoilers or anything, because if anyone actually ends up reading it and they like know stuff from before, it's not as fun, I'm not gonna lie. But the gags are so good. Every single gag that they like end up talking about, like there's this one gag where it's just like, oh, they do something like stupid and they like pit themselves basically, but they keep doing it because it's funny, but they make it like so well placed. Like every single time that he goes to pit himself, he knows. Yeah, I know, right? Chat's working. Every single time he goes to pit himself, he knows like he goes like, oh, okay, no, I know like I shouldn't do this, but like I'm still gonna do it because like I need to. Like working chat reel, yeah, oh my god, I thought it wasn't working in the beginning, but it's working and I'm so happy about that. Yeah. So yeah, we have working chat. Anyways, oh yeah, what was I talking about? Yeah, the book. So the gag is so well placed. Like I don't really care about the rest of the plot at this point because there's a lot happening, but it's a low-key like I ship the main character with like this person called Senior White because they seem like they're gonna be a thing. I'm not even kidding, you guys. I feel like they're gonna be a thing. If you end up reading it, which is Cultivation Chat Group, the book's name, if you ever end up reading it, like, oh my god, I hope you understand why I think that like Senior White and Song Shu Hang are gonna get together, or at least it's sort of like written in a way that makes you think about it, right? But it doesn't say yaoi or shonenai anywhere, so I feel like it might not have anything of the sort. But oh my god, you know that? Yay! I'm so glad someone knows that. It's such a funny book. I really like it. I literally eagerly await a new chapter to gobble down in my little brain every single day. Please come back to following it. I need to talk about it to someone. Like, I'm literally dying to talk about it because every single gag, every single joke is so well placed. Like, the translators are doing such a good job. I'm gonna start crying if no one starts following it. I'm kidding. I'm not gonna cry, but yeah, but like every single gag, like I let it build up if I'm really busy. But other than that, they have like one chapter every day releasing. Like their release schedule is kind of like that, but goddamn, it's just such a good book. I don't want to give out spoilers, so I can't talk too much about it because I don't want to be like, you know, like make everyone's like experience bad or like, you know, just spoil everyone's experience with it, because it's a really funny book. I'm not even gonna lie, like it's really funny. You read it an eternity ago but then forgot about it. That's completely valid. Like, as long as you read it just a little, or even if you don't want to read it, which is completely fine, like, yeah, that's completely fine. Don't even have to think about reading it. But yeah, it was just so fun to read a book that like actually does the comedy genre well. Plus, it's like cultivation. I really like cultivation novels. I think they're really fun with like the whole modern spin on it and all the gags and the comedy being so well written and well placed. Like, it just made me really happy to read something that did comedy well. Because, you know, like in Chinese novels, sometimes the comedy gets lost in translation. Instead of it being like actually funny, you just think it's cringe. So this one, even though it's kind of cringe, like stuff that happens makes like very little sense, but as long as you understand why it matters in the rest of the book, it is hilarious. Especially since like some of the book is like very slow. I'm not gonna lie, like some parts you definitely just want to skip and like get to the next, you know, like move on, like, or whatever. But it's so nice to have a book that does what it wants to well enough that you actually are interested in that aspect of it. But like, it's not like the rest of the book is bad. It's like very well written. I know, right? There's not enough modern cultivation comedy. Like, I remember reading this one called what is it called? Immortal King something. Daily Life of the Immortal King. Yeah. Oh my god. I started reading that one and I felt so dragged down by the 100 chapter mark. I was like, when are they gonna get to the point? Like, why is it just like this like unnecessary information all the freaking time? Like, I don't even know what the plot is supposed to be, because it's not like, it's supposed to be slice of life, but it doesn't feel like that. And you have like all of these characters that make very very little sense in like the grand scope of things, or like at least in a slice of life kind of manner. Like, I enjoyed reading up until like I think 200 or 300 chapters, and I just dropped it because I was like, I just can't wait, like, because it stopped making sense like quite a long time ago, and then they were just like sort of repeating the same things over and over and over again. And I was just like, why are you doing this? I could have had like, this could have been really funny. This could have been really funny if it was done well. Because like, you know, like overpowered. Oh yeah, I've watched the anime too. I really liked the anime, but like they kind of ruined it at the end. Like, I was like, bro, why did you do that? I did not read the manhwa. I read the book because I was like, I'm a book reader. Like, I read manhwa and manga like very little, because like I feel like I can't keep my attention on it sometimes. I really like the premise and the characters, but the problem was it wasn't done well enough for me to actually invest any of my like extra time into it, which was so sad, because I really like the idea of this OP kid who just like, I am sage, you know, like I'm older than everyone else or something like that. Like, it's really cute. It's a cute like premise, and the characters also pretty well like designed. They just like, there was nothing to like make the character shine. Like, by itself, you listen to it, you're like, yeah, this is interesting, I think it sounds good, you know, but like nothing happens, nothing comes out of it, and you're like, that's not a slay. That's not a slay. Yeah, but so recently I read a lot. Like, the point where I think I read 50 books all in the same day. Like, obviously not whole 50 books, but I can definitely read like 3 full 500 page books in a day. No sweat. Like, I can do that, and it's scary because hi. We're probably gonna be talking for like a good amount of time, so don't worry about. Yeah, exactly. Got dragged out too long with too little thought, which I think is the problem. Like, it's like the slice of life genre, right? If it's not done well, it can just feel like really draggy and boring. But I really like the genre, so physical books, I have a lot. I've been reading one called what is the name again? The Labyrinth. Yeah. And it's about these like, it's like okay, I don't really understand the story as of now, because I didn't really read a lot of it. I read like I think 3 or 4 chapters and stopped. But as far as I can understand, it's about like these 2 women from like different timelines. Well, more like one's in the past and one's in the present, but they're like connected via family history and blood. And so there's this labyrinth that is being talked about, the central, like, basically a character of the book. So the labyrinth is where they both sort of like become one, if that makes any sense. And so like this person who's in the past, and they share a similar name, and like they have family history and all of that, so like it's supposed to be like some sort of like supernatural connection via blood, and they're looking for the Holy Grail. That's all I know about the book, because that's literally all I read, like first like I think 4 or 5 chapters, and then I stopped because I was like, I'm gonna come back to this later. Ooh, you got, oh my god, that's so cool. That is so cool, actually. Wow. I'm kind of jealous. What else have I been reading recently? I have no idea what the Holy Grail does. I did not get far enough to know what the Holy Grail does. I just know that the two main characters have a similar name, but one's in the past, like 18 something or 16 something. I don't even remember the time frame that they're working with, but like one's in the past basically, who's like an ancestor of the one in the present. And then basically they both have a connection to this grail and this labyrinth, and that's all I know. And because that's all I read. And then I stopped because I was doing something else, and I haven't picked it back up again because I'm procrastinating on it. It's an interesting novel, no doubt, but yeah, I know, right? We need a fancy cup. Mew merch? Should we get Mew merch? No, not yet. But we can have a fancy cup, chalice, a grail, a wine glass. I don't know which one, but one of them. We should think about it. Yeah, but then I've been like so, how should I say it, tempted by Instagram, well, specifically Bookstagram, because they keep like recommending really interesting looking books. And then the Halo. You want the Halo? I don't know how you merge that. Well, I guess you could make like a ring or a necklace or something like that. I did say I would cosplay as myself IRL at some point soon. Hopefully next year, but maybe this year if I can get around to doing that. I would have to get this cosplay customized or make it myself, which is also fine. I don't mind making it myself. But, oh yeah, Bookstagram. I am so tempted to go on a spree of like just buying books and downloading books and reading like 70, 80, 90 books because they all sound so good. And all of them are like in a... Oh my god, yeah. It would be similar to how Angel Head things are made. The little halo that they have, and they connect it via that wire thing. But I feel like a small amount of like... What fabrics would I use? I feel like for the shorts, like some sort of like denim. Because I can see the shorts and like the corset being like part denim, and the cape would obviously be like some amount of like sheer net kind of material. I'm not sure what kind of material it would be, but it has to be like flowy and pretty, obviously. And then obviously you could have the gold chains and everything. But it's a very nice outfit anyway, so I see it denim because it looks like denim, like really dark navy denim. Mesh seems like too rough of a fabric. I don't think it would give the same flowy effect that we want from like the cape. Plus like the cape like really extends well into like the same fabric is on like the left side of the chest, so. But like a thin, definitely not silk. Silk doesn't work like that. So I don't know what kind of cloth for the cape. I can think of like denim feels like a solid choice for the for the corset, the navy part of the corset, and the shorts. But I have no idea for the cape, not the cake. What else have I been looking at recently? Oh yeah, I saw this. This is pertinent to you, Mimi, because I thought of this when I saw. I thought of you when I saw this. I was looking on I was on YouTube and just like watching a bunch of like reels and YouTube shorts, and there was this like person who was like talking about her experience as a character designer, and oh yeah, totally. Georgette and not satin. Satin would be too shiny. But so back to the woman who was who was talking about her experience as a character designer. She was just like talking about being a character designer, and if I find her account again, I'm gonna send it to you, because then you can at least like see what it is about, what it's about. But yeah, it was really interesting to watch it, because she seemed like really, like, obviously she's worked in the field and everything, so she knows what she's talking about, but she just seemed like she was having so much fun, and I was like, well, I really want you to see that, you know, because then you'll have experience. Woohoo. Or at least some amount of knowledge, which is hard to find in an industry such as that, you know, industry secrets and whatnot. But you can totally work as a character design assistant, which exists. It's a job that exists, and you just help out. So you get to like basically tail them and like shadow them and learn about what they do. As like an intern or something, you know? You should think about it. I've been watching a lot of like very like nice looking cooking videos for some reason, because all I can think about is good food sometimes, and then I see the cooking videos and I'm just like, my mouth is open. I feel like I'm gonna start drooling. I think so. I think it is the one that does the Disney character design portfolio reviews. But I just kept looking at her shorts instead of her like actual videos. So if I find the channel again, which I'm pretty sure I subscribed, so I should be able to find it, I will send it so you guys can also look at it. Isn't that fun? What else have I been? Oh, I've been reading this. Okay, wait. This one is... Wait, I'm gonna look up the name because I don't actually remember the name. Wait. Yeah, SSS Grade Cafe in front of a dungeon. Or like, oh yeah, Cafe in front of the dungeon. If anyone has read that, I want to know honest thoughts. It is really informative. All the videos of her videos like are really informative. They like really go deep in the whole like industry and like the standard that they're expecting and what you're like supposed to do and stuff like that, which is really nice, you know, like it's nice to have some sort of transparency and at least like some amount of knowledge about all of this, which is hard to find. And even with all like the internet videos and like all of the articles and stuff, it's still hard to find the knowledge that you're looking for specifically, but I think she breaks it down really nicely. So yeah. Okay, if anyone has read SSS Grade Cafe in front of the dungeon, I'm genuinely asking you what you think about it, because I have no idea what to think. Because it's a fun, the premise is nice, and I really like the characters, and it's a fun book to read. Like, it's well translated, and I enjoyed it, but it was just... It's so slow to update, which isn't necessarily a problem. It's just like, oh, I gotta wait, and there's always a cliffhanger for some reason, and I just have to keep waiting, which sucks. I don't like waiting. But yeah, it's okay. Just it's okay. I don't mind just like talking about what I'm thinking, because that's genuinely what this feels like, which is quite nice. But yeah, I was reading the newest chapter today morning, and I was just like, I'm kind of like annoyed at the fact that there's not enough there's not no more new chapters, so that I can't like read more, because all I feel is like consumption is like greed for more. I'm such a I feel like the greed to want, I need more right now, and so I'm like, I low-key want to be like spam the translator with please translate more. Obviously I wouldn't do that, but it's a real urge, which is like in some part really funny, because like I think I don't act like that, but with some books I just cannot resist. I don't stockpile. Hot take, confession time. I don't stockpile normally. Unless I'm really busy and I can't read, I don't have the patience to stockpile. Like, if I see a new chapter, I'm just gonna read it. That's why I'm all caught up with Blue's book. There was only one time where I stockpiled, which was when, like, I was switching from CG to web novel for Blue's book. And that time I stockpiled a lot because I was, like, waiting for chapters to update on CG and then waiting for, like, chapters to update on web novel. And, like, I ended up switching way faster than I thought. And then I, like, still stockpiled because I was, like, trying to wait to catch up on, like, a whole arc at once. Which, yeah. I ended up, I ended up rereading the whole book all at once that time. And then now I just don't have the patience to stockpile. Like, maximum I can stockpile, like, 2 chapters, which is because I'm too busy to actually read, like, the book right now. Like, I'm too busy to catch up right now. But I have no patience. I see a new chapter, I'm gonna read it. Like, I'm a fiend. That's why I have, like, so many books that I'm, like, reading at the same time, because I just have no patience to wait for other people. And, like, there's, like, I have, like, three reading lists, which is one of them is, like, the ones that I'm reading right now, and then one of them is the ones I want to read, which is, like, they're too little. Like, there's, like, 2 or 3 chapters and I want to wait until I get to, like, 20 or something to start reading. And then there's, like, ones that are, like, completed and I want to read them. But those are just, like, I'm gonna read them when I, like, want to binge read something and actually feel the sense of completion. Consume all. I know, right? I wish I had enough time to read all of them at the same time. But that also sounds like absolute freaking nonsense. And no doubt, like, if I actually do that, I would alarm everyone, because I don't think I'd leave my room for the next 3 days. No eating, no sleeping, nothing. Just read. Just become one with the books. Okay, wait. Let me talk about some of the other, like, normal-ish books I've read recently. I started reading The Lost Apothecary. I don't know if anyone's heard of that, but it looked really interesting. I only reached the first chapter and I stopped reading because I forgot about the fact that I was reading, which is really funny. Yeah. I got real distracted and started reading something else at the same time, and then just left it at the first chapter. But it's like, it looks really nice at first glance, so I want to keep reading it. But all I've been doing for the normal books that I read is just rereading the ones I've already read, because, like, nostalgia is real, and some of the books I just can't forget about. Like, I just need to know more. One of them is the White Rabbit Chronicles, because I adore that book series so much. I think, like, I could read that book series every single day and I still wouldn't get bored of it, because I really like how it works. And it's basically about this girl who, like, almost dies, or because, like, her family has, like, some sort of blood history with being able to see, like, zombies. So the first book is called Alice in Zombieland, which is really fun. Is it called Alice in Zombieland? I feel like I'm saying the name wrong, which is completely possible because I have faulty memory. So I'm gonna check real fast. Where is it? White Rabbit Chronicles. Where are you? But it's a really fun book series, and it's a really fun book series, period. That's all I have to say about it. It's really nice. Like, I think I enjoy reading that specific book series way more than I thought I would. Because when I started reading it, it was, like, quite a long time ago. And I was just reading it to pass the time. And I was like, oh, well, I just want to read something random. And I found it, and I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to read this. And then I started reading it, and it is so good. I was actually surprised at how much I liked it. Because I was like, there's no way that a book series about like this girl, yeah, it's called the first book is called Alice in Zombieland, and the book is just like, oh, she like, it starts off really cute and nice with like cute family going for, you know, like the main character going for her younger sister's recital, and their family has some weird rules where they don't go out at night and they have to stay inside, and they like barricade themselves and all sorts of like really weird shit that you wouldn't expect out of a normal family, but they do it because her father is like paranoid, and she's like, she doesn't believe her father because she's like, oh well, he's crazy, you know, like what's wrong with him, what is wrong with him. And then she goes and persuades her father to go to this recital. They go to the recital, her younger sister's recital, and on the way back her family dies. I'm giving out so many spoilers, but like this is like essential to the story because obviously like it progresses because her family dies, and then she goes and starts living with her grandparents, and then all of this like new stuff happens to her, and then she realizes that she's a zombie hunter, and the things that kill her family are zombies, but not like zombies in the traditional sense, which I think was the thing that confused me the most when I started reading, because I thought it was like zombie land, so she's gonna probably be in an apocalypse situation. Not an apocalypse. Oh yeah, her family like dies. They get into like what the police call a car accident, but then she saw all of these zombies come and try to kill her family, and then they die. Yeah. Yeah, it's the beginning of the book. That's how the book starts. Which is like crazy. You know, like I felt like so heard and so understood by that book because it was so fun. And I was in my like, I want to read all sorts of zombie apocalypse stuff era, which I'm always in. I want to read all sorts of zombie and apocalypse stuff era. I'm talking about books. Yes. Hi, Lore. Yeah, but I really enjoy that book series because, okay, one of them is like, the reason is I really like Gena Showalter, the author of the book series. And then the other thing is the book series actually slaps so hard. Like I think I've reread it like a dozen times at least. And every single time I go to reread it, I feel even better because like the book has actual, like, okay, it's not like the best written book ever, but it was interesting enough for me at the time I was reading it, which was in like 7th, 8th or 9th grade. I don't even remember which grade I was in. I only remember my life changed after reading that book. No lies. And then the other book series I want to recommend is called Shades of London. It's a supernatural book. So like, again, it starts with the girl almost dying, and then she gains this ability to see ghosts. And so she teams up with a bunch of ghost hunters, and one of them is obviously her future love interest, but we're not going to get into the love interest at all. But it's a really nice book series because it's written so well. Oh yeah, I have like this almost yearly thing of I'm gonna read that and then I'm gonna come back to it like next year or like in the next 6 months. But those are like the two that come up to the top of my head when I think of like books I really adore as a series. Standalone, I think I have a lot of books I've read that are like standalone books. I think I've read a lot of standalone books. There's one called Nobody Real, and I really like it. I have a physical copy of the book, and I consumed it like it was water. And you guys know I love water, you know? So I consumed it so fast, and it's such a fun book. It's such a nice... Okay, it's a bit sad because it's about a girl and her imaginary best friend from when she was young. And then she grows up, and then she comes back to this imaginary best friend who becomes her love interest. And the whole story is just about her struggling with the thing of I'm in love with someone who's not real, but am I even real? And like, it's just a lot of like, kind of like a little bit of like, you know, like messing with your head or something. But it's just about like, one, nostalgia and like how you come back to things you're familiar with. But she falls in love with her imaginary best friend from when she was young, and he tells her that he's from, like, he's become real in this place that is like, like, yeah, it's basically an existential crisis in a book, but it's really well written and it's really nice, and like the main character is really relatable, and I think that helps make the book like more approachable, because it's not a topic like usually people read about, like why is she falling in love with her imaginary best friend, stuff like that. But I really like the book. It's like so relatable, who hasn't had an imaginary best friend? Not one that they're essentially in love with, but who hasn't had an imaginary best friend? Plus, like, the whole book is just like a real, like, yeah, it's very angsty in the middle, but it's like really sweet, because like from what I remember, because it had, like, I haven't read it again recently, like in the last year or so. From what I remember from my last reading of it, which has been a while, it was like her imaginary best friend tells her about this place that like has made him basically real and given him a place to grow up. Like, obviously if it's from her childhood, he's gonna be a child then, now they're adults, or well, they're close enough to adults as can be. And so like he tells her that there's a possibility for them, but it really isn't. She's just giving herself false hope. She's almost like creating this other place in her mind so that she can justify feeling lonely and all of that, like, like existential crisis stuff. But like it's a really nice book. Hahaha. I just feel very happy about the fact that I can talk about books for an hour straight and no one says anything. Damn. Living the best life, indeed. I can talk about some Wattpad books that I love. I haven't actually touched Wattpad in like Uni, that's so mean. Okay, no, that's true. It's true. People with real best friends don't have imaginary best friends. But yeah, I haven't actually touched Wattpad in like good 3 or 4 years, but some of the books that I adore and go back to every single like basically too often is okay, so one of them is called Mischievous Mrs. Maxfield. I really like that book because of the main character. Like, no other reason. The romance is great and stuff, but like the main character, I adore her. When I read that book for the first time, I was just like, I want to be this main character. Like, I'm taking her as an idol. We used to have these like in school they give you, like, in my school they used to give me like this paper every single year, which were like all about like your inspiration and like just life stuff. And it was just like about writing down who you're inspired by and why you were inspired by them. And I used to write the name of this character every single time. The name of the character is Charlotte Maxfield, and I adore her. Oh yeah. Wow, Susu, wow. I adore you for reading that much fanfic. But like, wow, I'm actually scared of you a little bit. But I love that character with all of my heart. I think she is all I ever wanted to be. Which says a lot about me. But like, if you read the book, you'll understand why. Because she has like this charm, and she like really goes out of her way to do better and be better as a person. And that's like, I when I was younger, that's all I wanted. I was like, I want like a really hot guy to be my husband. I don't want to get married, by the way, but I never wanted to get married, but like I could see the appeal in like a hot guy being my husband, who's also like good at like everything basically. But like the whole story is just about like, okay, the story starts very cliche, and that's probably the reason I started reading it, because I was like really into my cliche phase at that point, which was just that the guy's father was like, oh, if you don't get married to this girl, I'm not gonna give you all of your property, like I'm not gonna make you my heir. So this guy's like, well, no, I have to get like my share of things. So he's like, okay, fine, I'm gonna like be like, okay, now I'm gonna have to go get married to her. And obviously this girl, she's gonna be like, well, I'm not getting married to you just because your dad said so. She's like really has a nice relationship with his dad. So Charlotte is like, well, no, bro, I'm not gonna get married to you, like, whatever. And then she's like, because she's like knee deep in debt. So then he's like gonna blackmail her, and then she gets blackmailed, and he's like, well, I can help you like pay off your debt if you get married to me just for a year. Like, we're gonna have a contract marriage and everything. And then they fall in love, obviously. But it's just the way that every single like character was approached and how much like character development they had was the reason that I actually stayed with the book. And it's just such a good book. It's just such a good book. Like, I desperately want that book to be published as an actual physical book so I can have a copy and hug it for the rest of my life, because I love it. It is one of my favorite books to date. I can read it every single day and not get tired of the book, because I think it's like a really, really nice book. Plus, like, every single I used to save quotes from that book. I wonder if I can find one right now. Wait, I'm pretty sure I can find one right now. Okay, wait. Okay. Well, how do I... It's definitely... Okay, what if I just search Wattpad? It's gonna show up, isn't it? It's gonna show up if I search Wattpad. I think, hopefully. But I used to save quotes from that book and just go crazy. Because I loved that book with all of my heart, and I still do. Like, I just think it... Okay, yeah, I found it. Oh, no, I didn't. Oh, no, I didn't. Why do I have so many Wattpad quotes saved? Oh my god, come on. Come on, don't disappoint me right now. Are you serious? How can you not find... How can I not find any of the quotes from that book? Okay. Wow. You might be in top chat, Lor, instead of live chat. So, you could just... Or just, you know, refresh or something. I don't know. But that book is just so good. I just love that book so much. Maybe I should do a read of that book, like, on stream. I'm sure we'd have fun. But there is, like, R18 scenes in it, so we're probably gonna skip that part completely. But yeah, it's just such a nice book. It's just so, so good. It's okay, Laura, it happens. It happens. It's okay. I didn't know either. I realized quite late myself. So, you're not alone. But what are other Wattpad books? Oh, there's one called Starboard that I really like. It's also like this really fluffy, cute book, and it's about this like top celebrity, like not rock star. Basically, like the what the explanation behind the title was that bird means like bird is slang for girlfriend in like British slang. So basically it's like this British guy who's also... Oh yeah, you have to switch manually between the live chat and the top chat. So yeah, it's okay, you're not alone in like not realizing that you were in the wrong chat. It's okay, Laura, you're doing so well. But yeah, so the explanation behind the title that was like, which you get like way well into the book, which is like bird is slang for girlfriend in British, like in British English. So Starboard just basically means celebrity's girlfriend, and the book is basically about like this guy and this girl, obviously. So the girl like, so like the MC's older brother, well, not, is it older brother or twin brother? Older brother is a big celebrity, and his friends, like, you know, are all like celebrities, obviously. But then she has to move all the way to London for a year because her brother needs to film. So she goes to London and she meets her brother's best friend, who's the guy that she's, you know, like the male lead. And yeah, I know, right? It's such a nice title. And so she meets the male lead, and they have like this almost like enemies, like almost like we tease each other, we have prank wars, like really cutesy relationship. And it's a really nice book if you want to just like spend some time reading romance and fluff. And that's it. That's my consensus. I really like that book because I think it's just, ouch, so cute. Because of like every single thing, I feel like some of the Wattpad books I've read, obviously there's like the bad ones, the terrible ones written by like 12-year-olds who don't know what they're doing, which I, no hate on 12-year-old people who want to write on Wattpad, but like it's not gonna be great writing. There's nothing wrong with being bad, it's just that I'm not gonna invest a lot of my time unless the story's actually that good. But there's like some authors who are on Wattpad even now who write so well that you would rather see them actually get published and like, you know, have a physical copy of their book, which I really, really want a physical copy of Starboard and a physical copy of Mischievous and Saxfield. And there's another writer I really like on Wattpad whose handle is Rightian27, and their books are amazing. Like there's like a few, there's, oh yeah, it's true. I really like, I think the reason that people like enemies to lovers is because like you're important even like before your love interest. So like, you know, you're considered important all the time, and I think that makes it like more appealing as a relationship than like, oh, you become respected or important when you become a love interest, which is, you know, kind of suckish. But yeah, okay, I'll put it in the description. I'll put like translated novels and some like actual physical English books, some Wattpad books, like a nice mix of all of them. I have some novels that I've read on what is the place called? I forgot the name of the yeah, it's about the fact that you get taken seriously. I remember watching that reel as well. I think it was in our watch this oh my god channel, which is like the reason that people actually think enemies to lovers is a really good like genre or a really good way to start a relationship is because you get taken seriously, which is like, you know, not present in like real life normally. Like, you know, you keep like, unless you're like, you know how the thing of like you don't get respected unless you're like, you think people are interested in you, or like you're attractive enough to be like everyone's interested in you, that kind of thing. I don't know how to say it for some reason, but unless it like, it sounds bad, but it's kind of how the world is right now, which sucks. But you know, we can be the change we want to see in the world. So, but it's basically about how like you're like taken seriously by the person you are interested in, before and after that they realize that they have an interest in you. It's about like, on the very basic level, it's about getting respect instead of anything else. So like that is also really interesting in the sense of you have to really think about what you want with your partner, with your like friendships, with your relationships in life. Yeah, it's just about being treated like an equal, which is like, a lot of the time, some of the books, yeah, like there's less power imbalance. Like I know there's a lot of books where like power imbalance is the like, you know, is the premise of the book. I don't mind those books. I think they're fun if you're looking for those kind of books. But I do think think of like being an equal and being taken seriously and being like important to the other person enough for them to take notice of where you are, what you're doing, is also important, obviously. Which is why I think Enemies to Lovers has such like widespread audience. Which is like, I like Enemies to Lovers, but I obviously wouldn't want that for my own self. Like, I don't think I would like someone who just kept fighting with me. If that makes any sense. My ideal person is not someone who's like my enemy. It's okay. Like, I get it. You just wanna be... You're not crazy. It is Haikawe. Oh my god. I really like Haikawe too. Like, I like the ship. I think they look cute together. Plus with all the the cut, like, I haven't actually played the next few bits of Genshin. And I haven't played Genshin in like 2 or 3 months, I think. I don't remember the last time I played Genshin. But I need to catch up. So probably gonna do that on stream one day. Soon. I think. Yeah, oh my god, they do have every trope in existence. I think the other couple that I like think of when I think of every single trope ever is Wang Xian. I will say it. I love Wang Xian to the point where I think I've read like a good chunk of all like the fanfiction on AO3. Like enough to make it count. I might even be becoming well known in the circle, which is crazy. I'm a fiend for Wang Xian. I have been reading Wang Xian. I think I have like 40 tabs open that like more than 40 tabs. I think like 50 tabs or something open, and it's just all Wang Xian fanfic. All of them. Oh yeah, I like the Aether Harem like situation that they have. Like I've read a few fics where it's like Aether Harem. I'm not a big fan of Genshin fanfics, but they are fun, not gonna lie. Like I play Genshin just because it looks nice and the gameplay is okay. I'm not gonna go crazy about the gameplay. Like I'm not that much of a fiend. I think the first year I was playing, I used to play like every single day. For the first like 3 or 4 months I was playing, which was when like it was first released. And then it was just like very little, lesser until right now, which I haven't played in like at least 3 months. I go back and I see the event that they give you when you come back after a long time, and then I forget about the event for like, I play like 2 days and I forget about the event, and then I come back the next time and then I'm once again greeted by the event they give you when you're disappeared for so long. See, the thing is, I would feel more motivated in Genshin if I was like progressing faster, but I'm not. So like it's like I have to have some sort of external motivation, like, oh, like, you know, like I'm gonna go finish this because of XYZ reason. But I haven't done that because I'm a piece of shit. I'm kidding. I'm not a piece of shit. I haven't done that because it's just like Genshin just doesn't have an appeal for me right now. And I think like as much as I love playing Genshin because it's really fun to play, especially since you can, you know, play with friends and stuff, but like I just need like more how should I say, dopamine from something, more interest in playing Genshin. Like I don't even want to play it on PC because I think it's too difficult on PC, so I'm just gonna if I ever stream it, which is probably gonna be streaming it, it's gonna be through my mobile device, not the stream, but like I'm gonna not play on the PC, but I'm gonna play on mobile because I'm scared of playing it on PC. I don't think I can navigate the interface as easy as I do on a mobile device. I know people have said that PC players are like, so much better at playing, but I genuinely think it's easier to play on mobile, because I tried playing it on the PC, but it was so difficult. I was just so confused. I really wanted to play Tower of Fantasy, but it's not available in my region. Oh yeah, same. I'm terrible at remembering keyboard controls. Like, the only reason I even know what the keyboard controls in Valorant are is because they're all written on the thing. They're all written, plus I've been playing it for a month, which is very short time in comparison to other people. But my learning curve has been crazy, which I'm pretty sure you guys are gonna see tomorrow when I play Valorant on stream. I'm scared because I become a little bit toxic. I become a little bit angry about people being bad at this game. Although, like, I completely understand. Like, I'm not angry about people being bad because they're new. I'm angry about people being bad when they're, like, ignoring what everyone is saying. Plus, like, people on the Mumbai server are really toxic. Oh my god. So, yesterday I was playing with one of my friends. And they were just so, like, we ended up playing on the Mumbai server for one game, and they just kept cursing. Now my friend doesn't know Hindi, so I was trying to translate for her, and then there was this one guy who kept cursing in caps lock in Hindi. I'm not gonna translate any of the curses. Oh my god, don't be scared of the dentist. I love going to the dentist. I love going to the dentist. I'm gonna say it. I genuinely love going to the dentist. I think it's so fun. Yeah, I believe in you, Laura. You can do it. Get your teeth checked out. You don't want no teeth issues, you know? But, I just couldn't believe how much he was cursing in Hindi. And I'm not gonna translate the curses, obviously. But it's not like I can, like, shut them out either, because, like, it's there, and I was just like, bro, chill. Can you chill? Like, chill, bro. Because it was just like, why is he so hyper? Because he was typing in all caps, and I was just like, what is happening? And yesterday was one of those days where I was actually playing well. And I don't mind the cursing, but he was just cursing for no reason. Like, he was just like, I'm not gonna say the curses, but he was just like, oh shit, like, I don't even know how to translate the curses because they're all like really, really bad curses. Like, there's like even in English, there's like the curses that are like, okay, everyone can use because, like, they're like kind of standard, but then there's curses you don't say because they're very, like, excessive. And in Hindi, the standard ones, anyone can say it, like, it's okay because it's not that bad. Like, the meaning isn't like anything actually serious, but then there's ones that are just like straight up like bad curses, and he just kept cursing at me and my friends, and I was just like, bro, can you chill? Bye, have a good lunch break. And it was just so toxic, and he wasn't even playing well. Like, he kept dying, and he was just like, oh, why are you not doing this? Why are you not doing this? Why are you not doing that? And I was like, stop backseating. You're playing terribly, but you're backseating everyone. And it's just, I don't know, like, Valor is fun because there's actual people involved, which I think what makes it appealing for me. But I don't like the toxicity. I feel like yesterday when I was talking to my friend about this, and we were talking about whether, like, why you should get a battle pass or something like that. And I was just like, I just wouldn't get a battle pass because I think I would literally be like not interested in playing the game in like the third time that it's like, because like, like if you're playing for rank, if you're playing competitive, I can understand why you would be angry if like someone messed up, because your rank is also affected. So like, yeah, I can understand if it's competitive, but it's not competitive. It's you're playing unrated. You're just playing for fun. And like these people are just like screaming and shouting and cursing at you, and I'm just like, why are you screaming? Why are you like talking shit so much? Which, on the contrary, on the Singapore server, people are really nice. According to my friend, on the Tokyo server, people are really nice. So I don't know, maybe it's just the Mumbai people, like Mumbai server, like being the Indian server, people are being like more mean. But I've had some good experiences also, like where people that I played with were really nice and like really fun to play with. But yeah, like it's not like you can fault someone for being new, because like at some point you were also new, you know? Like everyone's gonna be bad at some point, just like Blue was talking about. Yeah, it's true, like the game does. Oh, yeah. Well, it's more like my sister was playing on my PC and she kept forgetting to change out of my account on Discord. And I've been like playing when I'm like really brain dead. You can see people on Discord what they're playing, so. No, Blue does not play Valorant. Or wait, does she? But even if she was playing, she'd have to be like friends with me to see if I was online on at the same time as her. But yeah, you can see what people are playing on Discord. But my point still stands. Like I was trying to like become better because one of my friends was like really like, you should play Valo, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna play. But it was like my like learning curve was really good, because like I started like as shit, but at least I've left the double digit for combat scores and like gone to like hundreds. I even get like 300 sometimes if I'm playing like really crazy. But yeah, I feel like it's a good way to de-stress, especially when I'm like super bored. Oh my god, I hope Blue sees this VOD and then she sees this chat specifically, because that's funny as hell. She plays a lot of games though. Blue's really good at gaming. Like I remember when we were playing that, we were doing that competition, which had the game. I don't remember the game's name. It just completely slipped my mind right now that I don't remember the game's name. But we were like playing a game that's kind of like Pokemon-ish type, but yeah, she like finished before everyone else. Blue's good at a lot of things. She's really awesome. I really like Blue. I would simp on stream, but I want to simp in front of her more. Doesn't that make much sense? But yeah, like I think Valo is, how to say it? I like Valo because I can like play with other people. That's it. That's the only reason. Like sometimes playing alone feels really like boring, which is why I was like, okay, I don't mind playing Valo because I know there's gonna be other people, which is why I was also like, plus like it's like a good way to de-stress sometimes when you're like really annoyed and you're like, I just want to kill people, and then you can go on a game and then just kill people. Yeah, I got chat up on my stream finally. I'm so proud of myself. Woohoo! Yeah, it really just was a matter of switching softwares. I was like, there is no way that I'm not gonna switch softwares at this point, because OBS was not doing it for me. Frankly, Streamlabs is like much easier to work with, not gonna lie. It's the same thing, by the way. Like they're both the same exact thing. Streamlabs is just made easier for you. like a bunch of gimmicky stuff. So like I'm like, okay, let's do this, you know. Yeah, but I just think like it's nice to be able to play games with other people. Plus, I think for the purpose of like streaming, it's pretty good game for like streaming purposes. Because I think like the fact that the games are like long enough, like a good half an hour for one round of the game, of one game, it's like if you play like 3 games, that's already an hour and a half of your stream. And then you have all of these extra like customizations, and you can play like, if you want to like collab with people, you can like invite people and then just like play games by yourself. Like it's actually really nice, which is like which surprised me, because I was really against playing Valo for in the beginning, because I was like, I don't think I'm gonna like this game, and I ended up really liking it. And I was like, oh well, that's good, you know. I'm glad I at least like this game, because then if I don't want to play games that I don't like, especially like for something that is about like showing off what you like or like being able to interact. Yes, I do. Probably next week. I think next week we can have like one stream where I finish playing Sayonara Wild Hearts. I feel really bad that it just got cut off yesterday. But yeah, I have a lot of games I can play because I've downloaded a bunch when there was the winter Steam sale, because I got a bunch of games for really, really, really cheap. So I downloaded a bunch, and then I also went hunting for free to play games, so that if anyone, like, you know, if any games that is like co-op and also free to play, then I can invite someone else to play it with me, which would be nice, playing with someone else. Yeah, that's I think like a big part of me enjoying games is either it's a game that I really like, so I would enjoy playing it, or it's a game I can play with someone else, so like I have that kind of human interaction that I'm looking for. Yeah, I have a bunch of games that are co-op and only co-op that I want to play. So I'm gonna have to start actually talking to people about collabing for playing a game. Ha 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 ha. I'm not actually scared, by the way. I'm not nervous at all. I'm okay with going and like completely okay with going and initiating a conversation with some random person, being like, do you want to play a game with me? Because I'm so used to doing stuff like that. It's actually creepy, or it should be, but it's not, which is a nice thing. But yeah, I was also, just before stream, I was listening to this song called Ceillings, right? It's a really nice song, so everyone should listen to it. I'm kidding. If you don't want to listen to it, don't listen to it, but it's a really nice song, no doubt. And it's called, wait, I'm gonna give you the actual name. It's called Ceillings by Lizzy Mcalpine. I'm gonna type it in chat. Yeah, that's the song. Agreed. It's agreed. Standard emotes are annoying. If you want custom emotes, you should get me to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. So go tell everyone to watch me and listen to me talk. And subscribe to me, obviously, but yeah. I mean, at this rate, I think I would reach 1,000 subscribers soon enough, and then we can have custom emotes and have a lot of fun. Custom emotes are really boring. they are really boring. They're like actually really boring. I think I feel that even more like on Discord, especially in DMs, with like people who have nitro, and then they're like expressing their emotions like the way they want, and then I'm just like custom emoting, like no, sorry, standard emote, like just using normal emojis, and I just feel like, I feel like I'm not being able to express myself as efficiently as I would have wanted. And then I like do this thing where I put what I want to say, and then I put like more like afterthoughts and like more like explanations in like brackets, so that I go like something like, oh yeah, I agree, and then in brackets, but like I also think XYZ yada yada yada, and then close the bracket and send it. And then I just think it's just so funny that I keep doing that, even when like even when I'm like, I don't need to do that, I still do it, because I feel like if I don't do it, somebody might misunderstand what I'm trying to say. It's like always, for me, it's a good practice to just explain myself extra. But I also do think it makes people think that I'm like trying to like take away their attention from the other meaning of what I was trying to say. You know, like, because most times people will just interpret something that you say the way that they want to see it. So my intention in going for like, oh, explanations is that, oh, you see it the way I want to tell you this exact thing, and not that you see something and then you remember something and you have a different impression of what I'm trying to say. But then I think it backfires a lot sometimes. Which is like a bit, it's a bit like misleading. And I understand why people would be like, oh, you're just trying to like manipulate people, because like, why would you have to explain yourself if you were being clear anyways? But I like to go for ultra clear, and I think that is obviously my problem, like no one else's. But yeah, it's just an interesting thing to think about when you talk to people and how they understand you, because that's like always like different for people, right? Like some people get what you say instantly, and then others don't, and you just need to keep talking to them. And like, I've had people tell me that it sounds like I'm trying to like mislead them. Yeah, I don't understand how it's not standard communication. Like, I'm just trying to tell you that this is what I mean, instead of thinking, oh, this is not what, like, you know, like, I'm not trying to mislead anyone. But yeah, sometimes people do keep thinking that it's like, oh, you're trying to like go, like, you know, you're trying to read between the lines and like say something else when you're trying to say something. I don't know, people are weird. And so I sometimes just feel like it's easy to just leave it alone instead of going down the dive deep into the dark of why people think of how they think. But the problem is, I don't even do it like consciously anymore. I just like look at people and like talk to people and like go like, and I just go like, okay, yeah, I know what they're thinking, or I know how they act, or I know, like, because I'm just scarily good at reading people. Not really. I'm scared of like reading too much into things. Are they trying to misconstrue my point? And I don't know. Sometimes people are just like really angry, and I just let them be angry, because I don't think it's right for me to decide who is misconstruing whose point. I mean, like, it's just the thing of, oh, you try your best, but even if it like doesn't work out, it's okay. Not everyone is worth the effort, is what I end up feeling. Like, you know, obviously, like, not everyone's gonna be worth the effort that you put into them, but yeah, it's just how it is. And I genuinely don't feel like I don't feel like I am that like if it's at a point where I just don't care what they think, I'm not gonna go and put in more effort into trying to get what they think, you know, because like at that point I'm already like I've lost my interest in understanding that other person. So yeah, that's obviously a thing that exists. Life is so weird. But like in the end, if you feel like what you're doing is right and you feel strongly that it is the path for you, you should do it. And I know that I just took a tangent from what we were talking about, but I don't know, it feels like it's connected somehow. But it's an interesting thing to think about, that like the people you meet and the way that you interact with people really shapes your personality, obviously, but it also shapes your worldview about how you actually view the rest of the people you meet. Like, you know, like if you meet someone who sucks and you keep meeting people who like are mean and are hateful, and then when you meet someone who's not hateful, you're still gonna think that they're probably hateful because that's the experience you have with life and with people. And it's so hard to change that, you know? It's so hard to change your mindset about what you exactly think about people, because we're all projecting our own selves and our own emotions onto other people all the time, even when we try not to. I think when you say you try not to, I think it happens more sometimes, where you're just gonna keep saying the things like you shouldn't say it. Like, how should I explain it? Like, you know, like you mean something and the other person means a different thing. You might be saying the exact same words, but obviously it like means different things to both of you, and you're gonna hear it how you think, what you think the meaning is, and they're gonna hear it what they think the meaning is. I think that's where like the perspective shit really happens. It's just like, oh, I'm going to not understand what the other person is saying if I don't want to listen to their perspective, or I don't want to go and understand it from their perspective. But it's really not even about understanding someone else's perspective. It's just about being open to the idea that there are other perspectives, that you aren't the only right one, or like your perspective isn't the only thing that has, you know, like it exists. But yeah, it's like, it's really weird how people think sometimes. Because like, you know, like there's people who will keep like being really obtuse about what they want to listen and what they want to say and what they want to actually understand from you. Like you will give them the most clearest explanation you can possibly give to anyone, and they're still gonna interpret that explanation of your words in the way that they want to hear things. So like selective, you know, like selectively picking out what they want from what you're saying and deciding to twist it around on whichever way they want, which is like, it's not nice, but that's just how some people are. I don't think it's like anyone's place to go and try to change someone else. Like the only thing you can do is change yourself. But that's obviously not to say you change yourself like to the point where you don't recognize yourself, but just change yourself in the way you think you should change. Like, you know, the thing that you think will make you better. Like, instead of changing for other people, change for yourself. Like, you know, change because you have a desire to become a better version of yourself, and not because you want to fit into somebody else's view of yourself, of how you should be. Change is also a funny thing. I know a lot of people who are like scared of change, but I'm not. I really am not. Like, I love change. I think it's better to have things that change instead of having things that just stay the same. Because it's not like the world would stop changing. It's not like you're gonna stop changing. Yeah, oh my god. Fix it, girlies. Not gonna lie, I think anyone who goes through that like self-actualization and self-realization process. It has like a whole fix it girly moment for themselves, because like sometimes that's the first introduction you get to like fixing your own issues, is that, oh, I have to go and fix everything and fix other people. And then you realize you can't fix other people, so you're like, oh, I'm gonna figure out how to fix my own shit at least. And that's when you realize, okay, well, not fixing other people is the key, and just becoming better for myself is the like what I want actually. Like, because people are gonna keep changing and the world is gonna keep changing, and if you just stay the same, you're gonna be the one, like, in the worst, like, it's the worst way to say it, but yeah, you're gonna be the one who's left behind. Like, hypothetically, not even hypothetically, but rhetorically, you're gonna be the one that's left behind. Because, like, it's not like the world would stop changing for you because you stopped changing. You're just gonna feel like the world left you behind. And, like, so for me, I always feel like it's better to just, like, embrace the fact that things change and start changing yourself, and embracing the fact that you change, and realizing that that's a good thing instead of a bad thing, because like people are so scared of change as a thing. Like, I've heard people say, like, I wish everything that I want that is good in my life right now stays the same, but if nothing ever changes, it's not gonna be good anymore. Like, it's just gonna be stuck. You're not gonna know the good if you never knew the bad, Like, when people say, I wish it could be like this all the time, but like, if it's like this all the time, you're just gonna think it's boring. You're just gonna think it happens every day anyways. What's special about it? You need that, like, period of away from it to know that this is like what you want. This is what you are excited by. This is what makes you feel good and happy and excited. But like, people just like how people say, I wish it was my birthday every day. The only thing different would be the fact that you believe that it's your birthday every day. You can do it right now. You can just keep being like, it's my birthday today. I'm gonna act like it's the best day of my life every single day, and you're gonna just be able to do that. It's like the logic of live like it's your last day alive, It's like, if you're living every day like that, then you're actually doing what you say. Because there's a reason, like, you can die at any moment of time at all. Like, you don't even know when you're gonna die. So, what's the big deal about forgetting to, like, acting like it's your last day alive? Because it could be. Theoretically, potentially, it could be your last day alive. And it would be fine. Genuinely speaking, it would be fine if, like, it was your last day alive and you lived like that. But like, you still cannot forget about the fact that if you don't die today, you're gonna have a tomorrow. Also a thing to think about. If you live like it's your last day alive every single day, do you really not think about the tomorrow? Like, the future? What's gonna happen tomorrow? What if you don't die and then you live, and then what happens tomorrow? Do you keep living like it's your last day? Do you have no consequences in your life? Because that doesn't exist. No consequences don't exist. It's only consequences that you're willing to bear. Interesting. How did our conversation get here again? What are we gonna talk about? Books and music? It's been an hour and 40 minutes of me streaming. Pretty sure I can keep going and talking, but I think I should stop for the sake of my throat. It's too much talking. Will probably end up making me... We were talking about Wattpad. It's true. We were talking about Wattpad, and then the shift went from Wattpad to something else, to life. Which is really funny. I love how when you're like enjoying your conversation with someone, stuff just like flows so naturally. It's okay. I'm drinking water quite regularly while talking, so it's okay. Don't worry about the hydration. Actually, we should go back to Wattpad because I just want to talk about how Wattpad is recently with all the like I really like the fact that they've had like this big change of giving more creators the ability to publish their books. But I still think the fact that they charge money for like reading a lot of the good ones, like it became more like web novel, which I don't mind if it was like the premise of the app of the website was like that, but the premise of the website was read books for free here. You know you can read and write for free here, like no one's gonna blame you, no one's gonna do shit, like you're just gonna be able to read books, and it's just not it anymore. Oh, my water, I actually never read it. I heard about it, but I ended up never reading it. I can't believe I never read it even once. But then again, I stopped reading on Wattpad like such a long time ago. Like I only really go back there to read the books that I really love and nothing else. Some of the books I love have gotten published, so it's not like I can't get physical copies of them. But it's just that I really don't like the fact that Wattpad changed like this, where it was like, oh, at first it was obviously, you know, Wattpad being like, oh, we're gonna be able to read books for free, and then they were like, okay, you know what, like I get that you had to support creators and all of that fun stuff, but the premise of the whole platform was to be able to read and write books for free, which you can still write for free obviously, but you can't read for free anymore. At least not a lot of the good ones. Like obviously there's always gonna be hidden gems, but with the amount of books on there, I don't think I had the patience to search. And when I used to be like reading a lot on Wattpad, I was worse because like just like I said, like I have 50 books that I'm reading, at least 50 books. I used to do that on Wattpad too. Like I used to read like a bunch of unfinished books and read them all at the same time. So I'd wait like I had like this whole ritual up until I stopped reading that like last book in the series. Even if you guys know about Storm and Silence, which is like published book series, but it used to be updated on Wattpad before it got published, like as a first draft sort of situation. And I used to wait every single Wednesday to read the latest chapter that they posted. I had like a whole routine. Like I knew this was, you know, like this day is this book, and that day is that book, like everything like that. And I used to just, yeah, but I can't believe that now it's just so much harder to find the good ones, because the good ones, especially the ones that are paid, are obviously good because they're, you know, you're paying for the good work, but then it just feels like it's not Wattpad, which I completely agree. It doesn't feel like it's Wattpad anymore. It feels almost foreign or alien, you know, where it's like, oh, is it ever gonna go back to the whole free reading situation that it was before? Probably not. Oh yeah, a lot. I think my big problem with Wattpad was also the fact that some authors would like go quite well into like a book that they're writing, and then they just abandon it, which is fine, you know, like obviously it's not like stuff happens, so I can understand, but that trend has continued up until now, where like people just start books and some of them are really nice books and then they just abandon it, and it feels kind of half-hearted and a little bit like almost like sadistic in the sense of, oh, I'm just gonna let it like die out like that. And like there's some books that don't even have that warning, but it's like, oh, it's unfinished, or oh, it's, you know, it's abandoned, or it's not gonna be completed ever, and they just say hiatus, and people start reading it, and then they're like, they get to the last chapter, and then they're like, oh, it's not gonna be updated ever, which just sucks so much. Which just sucks so much. Yeah, it's like you see those books that are on hiatus, and you know they're not coming back, but the authors are never gonna change the blurb of the book and say that, oh, this is discontinued instead of hiatus, because hiatus, it gives me hope that, oh, at some point you're gonna come back, but then you don't. Go, school's super important, go. I'm gonna stop streaming in like 10 minutes anyways. It's gonna be 11. I've been streaming for 2 hours straight, and I gotta stop because, you know, everyone's busy. I am too. Streaming is fun. Streaming is so fun. I don't know what to say, but other than that. But still, I feel bad knowing that there's so many Wattpad books that could have done so well, but they were just like abandoned. And though in the, like, you know, like there's some, oh my god, that's a jump scare indeed. Wow, I didn't even know that you could set your like email notification noise to the computer shutting down noise. I never have notifications on my laptop or on my desktop. I feel like they're too distracting. Which is like, if you have them on, valid, because, you know, some people obviously need the notifications on. But I have the notifications on my phone for everything. So I get notifications on my phone, but on my laptop. So when I'm working, I don't get disturbed. Is it automatic? Sometimes they have automatic notifications. It's the default sound? Oh my god. Stop. That's a joke, right? It cannot be the default sound. The default notification sound for your email is the computer shutting down noise, which is why, wow. Ah, interesting. Wow. That is so funny. Your computer is trying to bully you. I feel bad. I feel terrible. To be completely honest, my brain is spacing out now. I'm looking at the, like, it's spacing out because I'm looking at the graph that they show you for the analytics, and I just want to keep looking at it because it's kind of interesting. But yeah, I think I should stop for today. I haven't built up my stamina yet. 2 hours is kind of my limit. Oh, the noise isn't from your computer, it's from your phone? Stop. That's so funny. Why does your phone have a computer shutting down noise even? Wild. Wow, wild. I love how that just happened. Okay, I'm gonna stop streaming for today because I'm very tired. So, bye bye. I hope you had fun watching me talk for like 2 hours. Bye bye. Love you all. Thank you for coming.